Hey everyone, this is all the trains that I have gotten over the April break. I crossed the train tracks at a different crossing, but then when I was about to turn, I saw the lights started up and the gates were going down, so I decided to head on down to Queensville Sideroad. But thankfully, I beat the train since the train was going really slow. But by the time I made it to the crossing, the lights were on and the gates were going down. So I couldn't get out of my car since I was not pulled over. The crossing was activated early because trains usually go much faster than this. CN's SD70I and SD75I locomotives, 5600 and 5677 was leading this northbound intermodal train. This train has 92 intermodal cars on it. But like I said, it was extremely slow. There wasn't any meets at Zephyr because there wasn't any southbounds. And when the final car went across the crossing, I actually heard the horn again, but this time the train was going through Zephyr Road. For the first time on this channel, there was only one CN locomotive pulling a mixed train. And this is all the times I've seen one locomotive pulling freight trains. The first time I saw it was at George's Trains, when 2567 pulled a short construction train. The second time was at Mount Albert, when 3104 pulled a grain train. The third time happened at Saferoad in Safford, when 3236 pulled an Intermodal train. Then finally, CN's GEVO locomotive 2979 was leading this northbound mixed train alone. This train has 66 freight cars on it, but most of them are grain cars. What? A single locomotive pulling a mixed train. You can see here, that was a GEVO with a K3H Horn. I heard the horn. Like, wow, that was unexpected. And that was pulling a grain train and some off-road tanker cars too. So yeah, that was a really unexpected and perfect timing as well, so yeah. Let's go back to the beginning of this train, because I noticed something funny on one of these grain cars. Now that's more like it. Now for the next train I saw something really interesting. So let's go see it. Stopped at the train tracks, you can see here, unexpectedly. Oh! I guess not. That's right, that's the invisible train. The main reason why the crossing gates were down is that they were actually testing the crossing out. But for real, here's the next train that we saw. But first, let's talk about where I was at for the next train. Alrighty everyone, Right now we are at a new crossing spot in Beaverton. You can see here, visiting downtown. You can see here. This crossing is on Simcoe Street. There's another crossing down the street, you can see here, which is Main Street. And this is what it looks like going south. And this is what it looks like going north. Down there is Victoria Street. So yeah. So we checked the signals in Buffalo and the signals there were green. So we have a southbound coming, which is awesome. So hopefully it's not going to be that long till it's here. So before the train comes, let's do a crossing tour of these two crossings here. So this crossing has Safetran equipment with a gate mechanisms for lights, and then right up there you can see we have a Western K3H mechanical bell, I believe. Same with the other side, but the other side doesn't have a bell. And then down the road you can see here, just like this crossing, the other crossing has Safetran equipment, even a pedestrian gate. But this one has a Safetran Type 3 E-bell that is high-pitched, that replaced another Western K3H mechanical bell. So yeah, we will see when it comes, and hopefully it will be soon. So yeah. And the other crossing at Victoria Street has Safetran equipment as well, and a General Signals Type 2 E-bell. So yeah, hopefully it will not be here that long, and I'm going to pause it now. Already I hear the horn, and it is a K5LLA. So it looks like it's going to be an SD70M2 locomotive in the 8800s or in the 8000s. So yeah. And I didn't get here that long. I only had to wait for 10 minutes, which is not that bad. So yeah. So here's the first train of the day. After this, we will continue heading up north to another crossing. So yeah. So Victoria Street crossing should activate in a minute. You can see here. I thought that was a K5LLA horn in the distance, but turns out that was a K3H horn. CN's ST75I locomotives, 5708 with an awesome K3H horn, and 5737 was leading the southbound Intermodal train. This train has 164 Intermodal cars on it. Alright, the crossing has been activated, you can see. And there goes heading south. So yeah, that was a really good train. Awesome horn as always, and stuff like that. And I thought that was an SD70M too, and turns out that was an SD75I locomotive. So yeah, there goes heading north, you can see here. So yeah, I'm gonna pause it for now until we see another one. So after the train went by, I decided to look around for a crossing, and I noticed this. Here, you can see here. So apparently there used to be a Beaverton station in... So apparently there used to be a Beaverton station back in the 1800s. Pause if you want to read that. It's a nice park here, that's for sure. Here with a lake. And the bridge. And there's a crossing right here. Don't worry, I will film the awful crossing when I'm back in the area. So yeah, that was a great train as always, a great horn too. Here comes another crossing test in Washago. Okay. I knew that was gonna happen. So yeah. Okay, everyone. Today we are at a crossing in Rathburn. You can see here. It is a really quiet crossing here, you can see here. And right down there is a signal, and if you look at it, we have a green signal. So which tells us there's a northbound train coming. We just came back from Washago of seeing nothing. There was a northbound signal there, but it was off. So, and after seeing them test for crossing, we decided to give up and come here. And turns out after we came here, the signal was green, so... I have a feeling for the signal at that, I have a feeling that the signal at Washago is now on and it's showing green, so yeah. That's really awesome, but there's a northbound coming. Like, wow, there hasn't been any trains lately on the Bella stop. I just only saw that one in Beaverton, and that was the Southbound Intermodal train. So yeah. So I definitely been at the tracks for a few hours now. So yeah. Anyways, and so let's do a crossing tour as always, since I've never been here before. So we got in Safetran bases, you can see here. Safetran gate mechanisms. Here's the sticker. It's on mile 82.30 on the Bella stop. Here's the lights. Same thing with all the sides, but this side doesn't have a bell. And you won't believe what kind of bell this crossing has. In fact, it's extremely rare. And I'll tell you right now. This crossing has an extremely rare Safetran Type 1E bell. I never heard these things in person, and these are extremely rare on the Bella stop. I think this could be the only one in Ontario that I know of. So yeah. Cannot believe there's a Safetran Type 1E bell here. I'm surprised this E-bell hasn't been replaced with a Safetran Type 3 E-bell. So yeah. That's why we decided to come to this crossing. Try a new spot, and turns out I found something rare like that. I believe J Jr. 2007 actually filmed this crossing like around 10 years ago. And this is what it looks like, I believe, 10 years later. So yeah. This is what it looks like going south. You can see there's a turn. There's a curve here. And this is what it looks like going north. You can see here with a signal. So yeah. Anyways, I'm going to pause it now until it comes. Alrighty, I hear for Northbound train right now. It has another K5 LLA on it, so it looks like it's going to be an SD70M2 locomotives. So yeah. But hey, we finally get something. This crossing is on line 2. I'm going to stand here so that way I can so that way you can hear the crossing bell really well. The train was blowing through Monk Road. CN's SD70M2 and SD75I locomotives, 8927 with an epic and awesome K5LLA horn, and 5731 was leading this northbound intermodal train. 2226, which is an older GEVO locomotive, was pushing at the end, and this train has 192 intermodal cars on it, making this the longest train in this Railfanning video. And there it goes. heading up north. And just in time, it's starting to pick up rain. And there it goes heading up north. Wow, that was a really cool train, that's for sure. An awesome K5 LLA on the SD70M2. And there was a SD75I locomotive, and then an Odo D. And then I believe it's an Odo GEVO locomotive as it pushing at the end. So yeah, I'm glad I'm finally glad that I heard a Safetran Type 1 e-bell here. So yeah, maybe I will see something else on the way home because we're going to be heading home right now. That's the only two trains we have gotten, one in Beaverton and one in Rathburn. But on the way home, I saw two unexpected freight trains that were going extremely fast. The first train has a DPU, and that is 8872. Alrighty, here's the train that I was talking about. It's going much faster. 8872 is the DPU. You can see here there's a DPU. And it's going really fast. This crossing is on Concession Road 9 in Udney. Yeah, I'm getting out. There it goes. So quickly, you can see here, there it goes. Flying at high speeds here, you can see here. Heading north. Not far behind the other one. So this crossing has newer Safetran equipment, you can see here, with the gate mechanisms for lights, and then a low pitched Safetran Type 3 e-bell. That used to be no unprotected crossings, so there were no lights, gates, or bells until that was added on in around 2018. So yeah, I'm gonna pause it, but now. Alright, we are back in Beaverton again, seeing another unexpected train at Victoria Avenue. Unfortunately, I couldn't get out of the car because this is on a real road instead of a dirt road. And there's more traffic. There goes the end. Alright, we are good. There goes again, heading the north. So the second unexpected train in this video again. But this time in Beaverton. I was planning on seeing more trains during the weekend, but however, I can't because the Premier announced that the police will be pulling people over if they are not home. So I really don't want to get pulled over and probably get a huge fine. Therefore, this could be my last Railfanning video because of that. The stay-at-home order would be lifted in the middle of May. So that's when I'm going to be going back to my Railfanning videos. So during the order, there'll be no Railfanning videos until it's lifted. If I do see unexpected trains, I will just film that and I will just post that. So yeah, that concludes this April break edition of Railfanning. I'm glad that I was able to go to new places and hear a Safetran Type 1 eval in person. If I do hit 700 subscribers during the stay-at-home order, the 700 subscriber special may have to be delayed till after the order is done. Well, that concludes this video. Thank you so much for watching. I really hope you enjoyed this Railfanning video, and that will be it.